Bring our hands together in the center of the heart. Let's take 3 breaths here. Then calming, bringing down the activity of the mind, letting the mind settle into the breath. Letting the breath be fully sensed, fully felt. The very point of inhale. Following it through to the very point that terminates your exhale. Pausing there, the stillness, allowing the stillness to pervade the body, the mind. Quieting, at the same time activating. Clear, not being compromised by the mind, the thoughts, just clearing the space. Just allowing everything to be without needing to change or to alter. Let's add our invocation, both sound and source. And together, let's breathe in control. The space of the heart. On the heartbeat. You're connected to the deepest part of yourself. And then offering a practice to that connection. First from ourselves, and then extending it out to all beings everywhere. Into that expansion. And exhaling from the connection. Let's start on hands and knees. Movement to the spine. Following through the chest and the collarbones stay nice and long. And the gaze up and then exhale out the belly. Rounding the back. Really making sure to activate the lower abdomen. Breaths like that. Come forward a little bit. More the chest being right. And then just bring any movement into your chest. You can add on, spiraling through the pelvis. Adding movement through the cervical spine. Follows through. And then you can reverse that. So never thinking that you add on anything that feels good for you, just it's natural for you. And then just wagging the hips side to side. Like big house circles, as big as you can. Let the fingerprints and the toes. Remembering that the connective tissue starts at the fingertips and from the toes, and that just continues all the way through the body, scalp, getting a sense of your energy here. Then you can make big circles. You can even move your knees a little bit wider, like a wide knee position here, and then go clockwise and counterclockwise. Just really working into the hips, deeper into the hip sockets. Being activating little by little, noticing where your body meets any resistance and what kind of resistance. Mental, energetic, physical. Slowly here. Forward and back. Eventually bringing the hips down, letting the feet come up. The elbows a little bit soft here. Back and forth. Opening your front line of the body. Yeah, whatever feels good here. You need to pad your knees and then have a blanket. You can roll up your mat a little bit to do that. Trying not to overdo the low back here. Really activate through the low belly so you bring a little bit more balance and support the opening of the chest. And then press up. Child's pose here. You can land your head, your forehead, land on your block. Feel the imprint of your hands. Toes, keeping my toes tucked. Take another couple smooth breaths here. Start to bring your Ujjayi breath now into your practice. That slight resonance in the back of the throat. Letting that sound and that rhythm guide your practice today as much as possible. The first step. Focusing on the legs, and some balance. Practice I do personally once a week. Mobile, and all the while working on balance. Lift the hips, lift the tailbone higher, the firmness in the low belly, and slowly the arms to Namaste. Back and forth, lifting high up through the spin bones. Most when they can reach the ceiling, and slowly keep that height. The hips and pelvis, you want to slowly lower down. All of the muscles, backs of the legs. And notice here where the body has resistance. And so you can play with that. Guided at you. Turn away from it or hide it or there. Walk it in. It's there to teach you something, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and step up and walk up to the top of the mat. Inhale and halfway. Exhale and fold it into the center. Slowly roll up. Stay low in the hips and we'll go into chair pose. The belly sits nice and active. Lowering down a little bit more. Work with your breath, just folding into it. The breath is piston, guide the energy, allowing the body to get more and more receptive to guiding energy within. See, you can come down as low as you can, and you can always use blocks here. Stay high if you need to. If you can make it down, go ahead. Up and just keep breathing. Keep softening the face. Use the grip of your feet. Come up. And let's go ahead and plant the palms. Step the right foot back. Left foot back. Let's find our first plank pose and build a plank that can hold up the world, hold the troubles of the world. Smoothly and easily feel that firm brace on all sides of the spine. Keep the shoulders a little bit forward. Land the knees and keep coming forward. We'll do a knee down, chaturanga, slowly lowering. Inhale, you can stay with a cobra, you can go to up dog. And exhale, down dog. Lift the hips high, open up the backs and the legs. Just let the energy flush out, back line of the body. Down, yes. Go ahead, down dog, split with the right leg. Breathing into the support of the lungs. The lungs support the shoulders. Especially into that right lung. And slowly lower the leg. Step it back. To the other side, left leg. Point through the toes, don't open the hip here. The hips square as possible. Breathe into the support of the left lung. And lower. Go down dog, or you can challenge a little bit by squatting down, widening the knees out, and pushing the hips back. Strong arms here. Keep the shoulders working, but keep them open. Nice and wide. Keep the collarbones nice and wide. And let's go back to down dog. And we're going to float through the right leg. And we're going to come to sit down. The right leg comes through. You sit down in a half virasana. Left toes point back. Take a few moments here just to establish the balance between the sit bones, right and left. Firm the right leg, especially the extended leg. And you're going to flex the toes towards the ceiling. Take the arms up, inhale. And exhale, you're going to twist to the left here. Stay for an inhale. Look up in a little arch to the spine. And exhale, take the twist a little deeper. Inhale, look up, a little arch, a little cobra on the side. And then exhale, you're going to go into a side bend. Gaze turn towards the left and over the right leg. Look up under your left arm. Go ahead and come up, still facing the left, still in a twist. And turn front. Inhale, left. Exhale, and just come forward into a forward fold. And again, notice if you can't come down this low. So use your blocks or use your fingertips. Most important thing here is just to keep the spine nice and long. Use that track of the ujjayi breath. And to come up. Behind, we'll do the counter stretch here. Twist into the left shin, lift, hold that whole front body here. Chest. And slowly lower down. Next position. Bending the left knee, twisting into the left foot. Just hold on to your left shin. You can wrap the arms around the shoulders. Just glide down the back. And let the lift happen through the frontal spine. Just nice and broad. Let's go ahead and use the arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's take a fold. Take that 3 breaths, so allow yourself to slowly come into the fold that's working for you today. It doesn't have to be that far down again, it can be a little higher up. Exhale, release a little bit further. Inhale. And slowly come up. We're going to come forward again and then stay with this extension through the arms, or you can wrap your left arm and your right arm and take a bind here. So the same forward fold. Taking your time with your ujjayi breath. Dropping into the exhale. Forward and come up. Keep the bind if you have it. Twist towards the right. If you don't have a bind, you can just use the arms. Just nice and broad. Keeping the gaze soft. Even as you turn, try to gaze over your right shoulder, even beyond it. Eyes be a part of your practice. One last exhale here. And let's come forward. Let's bring the hands behind and do the counter lift. Please use the glutes. And lower down. Take that bent leg across. Stepping the left foot outside of the right leg. Go ahead and take a twist. Now hugging the right knee or the left knee. And walk the left fingerprints back behind you. You can also use this arm on the outside of the bent leg. Try to keep the chest really broad and open as you breathe. The eyes. And come forward, face forward. And we're just gonna make a little figure four here. Bend the right leg. And we're just gonna lift up. Like with the glutes. Allow the left leg to just kind of open up. Open and let the left knee drop away from you. And scoop the belly to lower down. To lower down. Try to bring the hips a little bit more forward. Heel, maybe kind of right against your right heel, and then walk on your fingertips. Get a little bit more upright, so you're compacting your figure four. Again, letting the left hip open out. Maybe you can let go of your arms, and balance here. So you're going to wrap your arms forward. And lift the hands, lift the chest. Again, you're looking for that broadness. And I'm actually kicking my outer left leg into the top of my right leg. A little bit more leverage. Just get your balance. Stay here and breathe in. And breathe out. All right, we're going to keep this shape. Come on to a balanced pose here. A little challenging, but why not? Use blocks if you need it. Let your hips buoyantly float. Lift your gaze, soften it. Really active in the low belly. Keep the figure four. Let's come into a forward fold. And then we're going to come up and stand in our balance. Keeping the hips broad. Really kind of matching the broadness in the chest and the diaphragm. Next to the heart. Squeeze the indents of your glutes for a little bit more stability in your balance. And then let's go ahead. If you have a half lotus, you can tighten this pose up a little bit. Bring the left hand down and around for a hold. Right arm goes up. Big breath here. And we're going to come forward into our forward fold. You might have to adjust a little bit. We're going to come down on the left knee, either your figure four or your half lotus. That knee comes down on the side, inside of your right heel. And trying to stand up if you can. A little challenging here, this horse pose, wrapping the arms you can into your eagle. Inhale, lifting the elbows. Exhale, scoop belly and round. And let's lower down. So we'll keep the same shape. Now half lotus, if you can. Otherwise, you can just let the leg just be kind of tucked on the inside, whatever's more comfortable. And then let's go ahead and reach up the right arm, bring it through. So you're lengthening that right side of your waist. And go ahead. That internal rotation is going to allow you to bind. And stay here. Breathe in. Exhale and take your fold. Allowing the top of the head to reach towards the floor. Any amount here is just fine. Just working where you need to work. Again, if you can't bind, you can just release the arms. Just letting yourself drop into the cave of the heart here. Just a sense of surrender, not pushing. And slowly come up. Go, release that. And then we'll go into one of my favorite twists. This is Vajrasana. So now the right leg will be in our half Vajrasana. And the left leg is still in that half lotus. Or again, it could be the foot is just right on the inside of your right leg. So setting yourself up. In this twist, we turn towards the left knee. Walking the left fingertips behind. Really nice tall spine here. As you twist around your own internal axis. Again, you can go ahead and grab the toes, the left foot. And you can work the top of your hand underneath. Put it underneath your outer left knee. Pull out of it. Turn and look over your left shoulder. And then just turn the gaze now over the right shoulder, but don't come out of the twist. Now we're just eyeing a different direction to the upper spine, or the neck. Which turns in the opposite direction. A lot of this in real life. Really just a sense of having somewhat of more present feeling or sensation of purposefully doing this. Stay breathing in, beautiful stretch for the left curve of your neck. Use the breath, use the diaphragm. It's like a pump for the energy in the body. And we'll slowly come out. Now we'll still keep this half lotus leg or a figure four leg. I'm just going to extend the right leg. So now we're going to just go into a version of side plank here. Okay, so it's a little tricky if you have the half lotus, and if you don't have the half lotus, you can always just have it step into your left foot and come into kind of a wild thing, right? A little bit easier. Otherwise, try side plank with a half lotus. Again, you really have to use that arm, right? Work up. Inhale. Exhale, so you can grab the foot. Breathe that. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to get it today. I don't want to keep talking. Good. Slow lower. Turn, keep the leg. We'll go into the counter position. Lift it up. Again, this could be for your foreleg. Nice. We'll take one more pose in this half lotus position here, just coming forward. And again, just like we did in our standing balance, you can work the hand to hold the half lotus foot as you come forward. Use the breath. Come on up. And from here, we're going to full lotus now, keeping that left leg in. Half lotus, we'll bend the right leg now and stack. And be very careful with working lotus. This is only if you already have it in your practice and you're very comfortable in it. Otherwise, you can just take a simple cross-legged position here. The hands back, lift the knees up, and then forward. Open up the hips. Nice hip flexor opening. And then again, this time we'll come all the way up on the knees. We'll do a little bit of Shitali here. So Shitali is a beautiful breath, very cooling breath, where we create a straw with our tongue. You can also just breathe through the teeth, keeping the tongue tucked to the top of the palate. Okay, so either one, this is the inhale through the straw of your tongue. Lion's breath on the exhale. Sticking your tongue all the way out and gazing with big open eyes down the length of your nose. And then let's lower all the way down, fully onto our hips now, onto the belly. Full prostration pose, bringing the arms forward. Lowering the head. Feel the full weight of your hips. Tailbone, lengthening back. And then we'll bring the hands back. Take an exhale. Stay low and slide your way back. Arms forward now. Keep interlock the hands if that feels good, just to bring a little bit more stretch. And slowly come up. We're going to take that same stretch to either side. So let's go first to the right side. Out with the arms. Full breath in. Smooth exhale out. Let's take it to the other side. If you're in Lotus Pose, you'll notice that it's a lot more difficult to extend over the leg that's on the bottom of your lotus. So just noticing that. Try to keep that right hip pinned down. Breathe into wherever you can go. go. Let's come up. Let's extend the legs up. Nice and long. Feel the two little feet of your sit bones rooting down as if you were in Tadasana. Lower belly firming in and back. And up. Close your eyes. And palms together, lower the heart. We'll do that same whole series on the other side. Okay, let's go forward. Spin your lotus to come forward and slowly slip your way out of it into chaturanga. Stay low and keep that chaturanga on your knees if you need a little extra support. Open up here. Really use the push of your hands to lift the chest. Think more of lifting up instead of bending into the low back. Use the support of your legs and your low belly. Slowly, let's pick it up. Send the hips back into down dog. And again, just take 3 breaths here. Just noticing what one side feels like now. Back to that steady awareness, that awake awareness. Notice where your body's meeting resistance, where your mind is meeting resistance. Flush that sense of contraction away. Your mind is just a contracted state. Light breath. Let's invite the allowance to let everything. We're going to come down with the left leg extended now. Sweep it through the hands, gaze forward. Then our right is going to be that. Toes point directly back. Everything's in line. Take a moment just to establish the weight evenly from left to right and right to left. And that right thumb down a little heavier. Lighten up a lot. Left toes flexed. Go ahead and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Open up into the cool side. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And let's inhale, turn towards the front now. And exhale. And we'll come forward. Deep breath. Not only eyes, your practice with focus, but it keeps heating up as well. Allows the spine to be completely supported by the exhale. Up, inhale. We'll turn, twist to the side again. We'll lift up, look up to your hands. And we'll come facing that side. Side bend here, lengthening through the left side. So the underside of the ribs, a little bit of a turn forward. Now, whatever it is, whatever sensation, whatever's forming in the mind, let it go. Everything that surfaces to be used as good and calm. Hands behind for that counter posture. Lifting over the chest. Use the hands. Lower down. Stand that right foot down. Try to get as close as you can to your right side. Just hold yourself here. Soft, quiet gaze. Go ahead and exhale and come forward. For blocks, if that's better for you. On the one side, and we're working the opposite side. It's feel completely different in a lot of these positions. So notice everything can be there. Anything that needs to be different. Just recognize that. Recognize where you are. Where your body wants to be. Go with. My new word for you to recognize. Using that word a lot. Some of you as well. Everything you need. Slowly come up. We're going to come forward again, and then this time you can also take a bind. That right arm wrap around. You'll feel the internal rotation of that right shoulder. Left shoulder will be the opposite. And in the middle. Believe it or not, inhale and exhale. Fold. I have to loosen up your bind a little bit to come back up. And we'll take a twist. Stay with the bind. Use your fingertips. Towards the left. Use the gaze. The gaze extend even beyond the left shoulder. Now let's come forward now. And we'll take that right foot. We'll take that right foot and we'll step over the left knee. Okay? And then this twist will go to the right. A nice stretch in the glute, max of the right side. Just broad. This getting a little deeper on the exhale. Pulling out of it a little bit on your inhale. So go back and forth like that, working with and against your edge. Also extend that left arm. side for me is a little bit more challenging. I'm not really sure why. Allowing extra ease in the diaphragm. Now let's come forward. Keep that leg crossed a little bit. Okay, for our figure 4, setting up. Hands behind, step into the left foot. And up the hip side. Get the right hip open out. The knee drops away. And then as we lower down, we're going to push the hips forward, even tapping our left heel bone. Walk in nice and slow. Take your time here. Keeping your right leg in that figure 4 position. Huddle into yourself. Compacting this pose and creating an even deeper stretch in the right glute. Hip. Now, a little more active, really initiate more support in the low belly. You have to be a lot more passive. You need to be the reverse of that pattern. Okay, bring this down. Let's come on to toe pose. You might see the balances. But the hips float a little. You don't want to slam down into your left heel with the weight of your hips. You want to actually activate your pelvic floor. Hips a little more buoyant. Softly raise. Belly really has a lot to do with stability in that pose. Bring your fingertips down. Just go into your forward fold. The same positioning of the legs. And then come up to our standing balance. Left foot. We activate the outer left hip, which really is the stabilizer muscle for our standing or leg balances. Allowing not the left hip to kind of wag out to the left. Really, that's just an indication that it's not being held into that muscle. Okay, that muscle's a little weak. You really need to bring a little bit more attention there. Let's go ahead and take the half lotus. If that's your foot today, around, you can take that pull from behind. And then come into a forward fold, nice and slow. Stay in your balance. And then release the right fingertips. So you bring the right knee down in line with that left heel and come up into horse pose. Bring the left arm underneath the right. Elbows lift. Exhale, round in. Really empty out here. Then you come down, keeping the half lotus again, keeping that left knee bent. And again, you can take a forward fold with or without a bind here. The left arm behind, around, meeting up with the right hand or arm or wrist. Folding into the cave of your heart. Surrender. The outer body can teach us what we can do on the inside. how we manage internally can often be reflected outwardly. And slowly come up. So we'll keep that half lotus and we'll take the left toes back. And that Hathira, setting up for our Bharadvajrasana twist. And again, this can be a twist just like this. Sorry about that. All right, let's go ahead and reach around. Grab the top of your right foot, you have lotus foot, and the left fingers can go underneath. You kind of get pinned under your right knee and you pull up and out. So the chest kind of rolls up and then towards the right. Looking over your right shoulder. So this is the first part of the twist where the cervical spine matches the other lower portions of your spine. And then what we'll do is we'll change direction with just the utmost part of your spine, turning your neck, turning your gaze over the left shoulder. And you'll feel that whole right curve of your neck open up. You can feel the stretch up into the jaw, masseter muscle across the face. Really beautiful stretch. One of my favorites. And slowly come out of it. You keep the hold at the half lotus and just extend down the left leg. And we'll go into that side plank, now turning towards the left. And maybe you can keep a hold. I know I'm probably going to let go. So anyway, let's go ahead and reach up. Really reinforcing that bottom leg. Lift your weight up. Arm can reach over the head. And then coming down. And let's come forward. Remember to work any position of that right leg. Coming up, and then we'll just take a counter pose, staying in half lotus, letting the leg drop down. Good, and lower. All right, so we're going to start to work our full lotus now. You can completely let go and just do your Sukhasana with the left leg in front. Okay, so let's go ahead, hands behind, just to lift up, squeeze in. Contraction of your abs here. Lower down and lift up. Really going to stretch for the hip flexors. Good. This one, we're going to add on our cheek to lead, right? That sip through the straw of your tongue. And then the exhale will be a really strong letting go. It's really strong release, letting the tongue release out of the throat. Eyes open wide and gazing down the front of your nose. All right, let's go for it. Here. And lower down fully into full prostration. Arms forward. And again, just try and release the full weight of your hips right over your lotus legs. Or your cross legs. Keeping the head low, I'm just going to work the hands back just to guide you. Brushing the forehead all the way back, keeping your arms extended forward. Taking your eyes just to pull out a little bit. Wiggle, waggle out of your hips and slowly come up. We'll go over to the left leg first, extending through the arms. The easier side with the right on top. Come up. And we'll go to the challenging side now. The right leg is under the lotus wrap. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. A low side bend here. Beautiful. Come on up. Exhale, give us 2 deep evenly. Down. 5, get longer. All those different positions that you can are really therapeutic for all of the joints and the lubrication to the areas of the body, and that's really important for the hips as well. The legs do. The hips are responsible for it. So the hips are always included. All right, let's come forward. Release the legs. We can come through the outside. Let's take a moment. Notice there. The body needs resistance. Little moon press down, down. Feel good. Working through a little bit of shoulder opening here. Pulse a little bit. Imagining your head to the floor. Thighs. For a plank holding. Push out from the shoulders to your legs. firm brace surrounds the spine, longer than the leg. Lower the knees down gently. And let's take the hips back. Head comes to the floor, and then release the arms all the way back so that you allow all of that energy to just kind of bubble out from the arms and the shoulders. Take your right hand to the right. Let's keep the left arm up. And then back. And go around the other side. Up. Opening the chest. And back. Let's continue switching sides. Sweeping and lifting the hips maybe into that little bit of a side facing camel. Or a half camel. Go sweep deeply to the left side. Use your glutes. Go a little faster. You can hold on to your heel. You can tuck your toes. You like. You don't have to go that deep at all. You can just have one hand just guiding you into the pose. Letting the hips come forward. And one more time each side. We open up here if it feels good. Reverse out. And here for a moment, bring the hands just below your sternum. Your eyes. We'll end with a immersion pose. So we'll work on Shushasana, tripod. So if you don't have an immersion practice and it's just beyond you, or the thought of it is beyond you right now, just do it in stages. Whatever you feel is appropriate, or you can just get right into Shavasana, maybe bring the soles of the feet together, and just have a little opening through Baddha Konasana, just to open and settle the hips a little bit more and settle the inner thighs. Okay, so we'll try and set up. And with our Shirshasana today, I will demonstrate going into Lotus Pose. We worked a lot with the legs today. So again, that's up to your discretion. So sending the hands, palms, fingers wide. Okay. You want to make a tripod, so the head will go forward, right in the middle of the hands. Okay, so we want to create a triangle. Walk the feet in. Use the grip of your fingertips. Really helps a lot. Let the elbows go out. Some tension, pulling them in towards one another. Then tap one leg in. See if you can just wipe the left toes off. See if you can hold into a balance just a little bit here. On the other side as well. Tap the left knee in. Swipe your right toes back. You can catch yourself in balance. you can take a tuck in. Maybe you can tuck one knee in. Let's prepare for Shirshasana. Fold and deepen the hips. Really scooping the belly, you can climb up into your crow pose. Then maybe coming down. Release. And we'll come down. Nice job, everyone. The palms, the heart. A moment just to connect. When we connect to ourselves, we connect to all beings. We're all of that same light, that same energy. That part, the formless, and then it's the forms, changeless, and then it's the change. It's one of my favorite verses from the Katha Upanishad. Just recognizing that we are that formless. 3 breaths in and out, following the breath in this passage. This journey that is being formed and what is being completed. Dance through life. Let us be present with this dance. Let us recognize this dance. Let us acknowledge our passage. I hope you enjoyed practice today. I thank you for joining me. Namaste. Moments you can settle yourself in Shavasana or any resting pose that feels good. Do be sure and give your body that rest. Rest is a spiritual act. Never forget that. Thank you so much. Namaste.